welcome back to my channel, Hot Mess to Success, as I document my journey as I go from a hot mess to success. Currently, at the beginning of my videos, I've been sharing my story with you guys on what made me a hot mess and how over the 4 years I have accumulated some trouble in the court system by acquiring 3 DWIs. I just want to say that all my videos are not going to be about drinking. There's like so much more that I want to share on my journey from becoming a hot mess to success. I just wanted to start off with the main thing that I felt was holding me back, that I know a lot of people can relate to. So let's get into today's topic. I like the positive things about being sober and sober-minded, especially in this day and age. And one of the huge things that I found is keeping your business to yourself, guarding your tongue. You guys know, so they say, that a drunken mind speaks a sober heart. I'm here to tell you that is not necessarily true. You know, a lot of people drink because they feel that gives them courage to say what they want to say. The problem with that being is there's no actual gauge to how much that you can drink or you should drink until you reach the point from telling the truth to just being plain nasty and saying some things that you probably wouldn't even never say or think when you were sober. And you're probably wondering, where does that come from? People will say, well, you know, if you said it while you were drunk, that's obviously something that you think in your subconscious. But I'm here to tell you that that is not necessarily true. One thing that I came to conclude with alcohol is it will really alter the way you think. I was reading something last night, and I believe it said something like alcohol directly affects the part of our brain that is reasoning and logic. And I can't tell you how many times that I was drunk and I just thought that something was totally it wasn't. Especially boyfriends, my ex-boyfriends, bless their heart. Because baby, I would get intoxicated and I would just create this narrative in my head and they would become the op. Like the person that I'm with could become the op when I'm intoxicated. And I just think something totally different. I just feel like people are out to get me. This is when I get drunk. And it's not like every time, but I just noticed because the next day when I'm sober, I don't even feel like that no more. I'm like, where did that come from? And I'd be so sure about them feelings too when I was intoxicated. And then the next day, I don't have those feelings anymore. And I'm like, so that's why if your brain is no longer brain that you typically use for reasoning and logic, it's no longer functioning or it's jaded because of alcohol, then how more or less what you say is accurate or how you really feel. What you say when you're drunk, it may start off cute, you know, like, oh girl, I love you so much, you know, because that's like the tipsy phase. But when you actually get drunk is when it's mind altering. And if your brain is being altered and it's causing you to feel ill intent towards someone, of course you're going to say harmful things that you wouldn't really mean or feel when you're sober. That's why I disagree with that logic that a drunken mind speaks a sober heart. It's almost like the harsh things that you would, you know, I don't know how to explain it, but it's almost like the things that you wouldn't say, you say. You know, like the things how you really don't feel, that's how you express that you feel. I'm going to start this off with a scripture to back up my reasoning, right? So it's Proverbs 21:23, and it's whoever keeps his mouth and his tongue keeps himself out of trouble. So basically, as I said before, our words are powerful. They literally cast spells. They literally help things manifest. And so even the Bible tells you the person who guards their tongue basically controls your tongue, because easily as you can bless yourself, you can curse yourself. So the person who guards their tongue guards their life. Like, you ain't never going to hear me speaking ill on myself or my children. My kids sometimes even joke and be like, I'm dead, mama. You know how that little saying is. I'm like, don't say that. You are not dead. Say that you're alive. Because I don't play. Because I know that words are powerful. And I've learned this from experience. I've even spoken things on myself in the past. You know, like I said before, whenever I had an issue would occur or I was feeling indifferent about something, I'd be like, oh my God, I need a drink. To the point that I made it a coping mechanism. I was speaking that into my life. And I had to reverse and be like, I do not need a drink. Now I'll be like, I do not need a drink for that. I can deal with that myself. You know, so words are powerful. So the reason why I say being sober-minded can help you control your tongue and control what you speak over your life. Because when you're sober, you're aware of the things that you say. You're aware of the self-talk that you do with yourself, and you're aware of your prayers and, you know, things that you're trying to manifest. And also, I'm very social. I love speaking with people, but I'm a private person. I don't like telling my business like that. The only times that I have slipped and indulged and told people my business and what's going on in my life that I like to keep matters to myself was drunk. And I don't know why that is, and I be so mad at myself the next day. I am very content with the inner confidant circle that I have, and whatever else I can't tell them, I will take it to the Lord in my sober-minded state. I'm good. I don't have to, be talking to people about what I'm going through. I'm very good at working through issues on my own and with my Heavenly Father, okay? Just only when I get to drinking. So a nickname that they gave me back when I used to get drunk was my middle name, Sabrina. So I will refer to Sabrina. That's referring to me in my drunken state. I don't like that hoe. I like Tiffany. Sabrina tries to ruin lives. I don't fool her. But Sabrina will call everybody in my phone for no reason. I don't know why I would get like that when I was drinking, but I just feel like I need to talk to people and indulge my business. And they gonna listen. They be like, and they can't wait to talk to me the next day to tell me they're a private person and you like to keep your business to yourself. You might really want to consider being sober, because that's the only way to for sure guard the tongue and watch what you say and watch what conversations you indulge in with other people. Because honestly, when we're drinking, it directly affects the part of our brain that is used for reasoning and good judgment. So we're not operating in that space. We just say whatever. And in a world of social media where everybody is so gung-ho on being judged, we're already putting ourselves out there. So you want to put the best foot forward. And the best foot that you can put forward is you in a sober state. The worst thing you could do is put yourself out there when you're drunk. That's really succumbing yourself to ridicule. We're already going to be judged, when we think we're doing our best. So imagine when you are operating out of a space that is not within good judgment, it's just going to reflect badly on you. And it's a little meme that be getting passed around on Instagram, and it's like, I get played in private. I don't tell nobody my business. Like, when you keep your business to yourself, if you get played or something embarrassing happens to you and you don't want to share it with nobody will know. Most of the dirt that people have on one another is because that person, yourself, you put it out there. No one knows unless they're physically there with you the embarrassing and the bad things that you indulge in unless you tell them. And when is the time that we typically tell people about our shortcomings? Is when we're intoxicated, because that member of the brain that's used for good judgment has been put to sleep. So now you just over here yapping, telling your business, and it's all fun and games until somebody reminds you in front of your mama at dinner, and you like, when the hell did I tell you that? Oh, probably that time that your ass is intoxicated, not guarding your tongue. This one is really for my girls. I don't know if guys have this problem as much as girls, but we really tend to indulge in gossiping and telling our business when our asses are intoxicated. And let me tell you, ladies, how this can be really detrimental to you, especially in this day and age. We are living in perilous, evil times. I don't trust nah. Okay? I only trust the Lord. So people are easily being influenced by negativity and can open themselves to demonic possession, especially indulging in alcohol. You're opening yourselves to being possessed by whatever spirit that it is that you're drinking. And so let's say, you're discussing with your girl about your man. You may be bragging on him. You may be, telling her how much he gets on your nerves. Just things that you would normally keep to yourself had you not let your guard down. And this is letting your guard down in the wrong way. Letting your guard down with alcohol is in the wrong way. Why? Because it is void good judgment. That's why. And when I mention bragging on your man, there's nothing wrong with bragging on your man. It's just that when you have to be mindful on who you're bragging on your man to. A lot of these women, they smiling in your face all the time. They want to take your place. Fake ass enemies. You know what I'm saying? So you just want to be mindful of that. You may be a type of person, like I said, keep your business to yourself when you're in a sober state. Then you get intoxicated, and then you want to indulge and tell people your business, like how good your man is. And that chick could just be sitting back plotting, like, oh yeah, is that good? Let me find out. So I say all this to say, when you're sober-minded, you are mindful to guard your tongue. You're mindful if that is disclosing your business, if that is keeping yourself from saying harmful things to people. I'm already naturally blunt. You know, so me on alcohol is like times 10. That's when I just start saying shit that I ain't even got no business saying. Although I am blunt, I'm still mindful of other people's feelings. I feel like I'm actually good at expressing myself in an honest way to where people aren't offended. You know, I'm a Libra, so I know how to give it, you know, I know how to put some oil on it, the truth, make it easier. But when I'm drunk, that charm that I have just goes out the window. I just say any damn thing, which ain't cool and ain't cute. Leads to one good dating tip for my ladies out there too. Another thing about guarding your tongue, especially if you're just starting out dating someone or if you're on a date, I can almost promise you, please don't have no more. If you're gonna drink, don't have no more than 2 drinks. Ain't nothing worse than a guy meeting a chick for the first time and she running off at the mouth, talking too much. That is not cute. You know, in this day and age, like I said, these guys, the first thing they're gonna offer you is to take you somewhere that involves alcohol. And baby, most likely it's not because he wants you to start overindulging and telling all your business. He really wants you to get comfortable with him and, you know, whatever he trying to do. But yeah, you want to keep that mystery to yourself. You know, you want to have some mystique to yourself. It's sexy. You want to make people wonder about you. And when you overindulge, you overshare, you take that, you slowly pull back that layer. So, but when you're sober minded, you're in control of that. I conclude this with, because it is Saturday night. Look at me at home, guys, on a Saturday night. That's what it'll do for you. That's what sobriety will do for you. You are where you are supposed to be, regardless of people saying, you know, it's Saturday, you're supposed to be turning up. I don't have any desire to. I want to put some good content out. I went food shopping earlier to prepare for my meal prepping tomorrow. And those are the things that I enjoy doing in my spare time. Not partying, not getting drunk, not being hungover for 2 or 3 days. Ain't nobody got time for that. But just to keep you encouraged on your sobriety journey, when you are sober, you are able to control that tongue. You are able to control your mouth. You are not overindulging your business. You are in control of your good judgment and what you speak over your life. And I just want you to keep that in mind.